Well, tempo is going to be so crucial in this game. Both teams will want to get off to a high flying start, but with the Matrix, everything is going to run through John Wesley Murray. Well, they are going to start with him until the Guadalupe Obasa, so Marquez Lecha will be coming off the bench. Hong Yi-Wo will also be in the starting lineup, one of their key contributors, and one of the very best domestic Malaysian basketball players. Welcome everybody, welcome to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, fifth and final window of the BCL Asia East. Two teams have already booked their tickets to the Final Four, and in this window, we'll find out who will be joining them. Of course, our two teams going to the Final Four are the two from Chinese Taipei. Well, the tip is up. It will be the NS Matrix Diz with the first possession. Well, it's going to be a tough matchup here tonight, but there's a penetration, goes in, can't finish. And now Wesley Murray comes up with it. Finds Wang Yi-Ho. NS Matrix Diz going for a post entry, but now Obasa from 15, and he tucks that one away. Big man. Well, he has been able to knock down those mid-range jump shots. Wait, look at Wang Yi-Ho face guarding. Nice little step through, but that goes out of bounds. But that's going to remain a Bishrelt Metel ball. Last touch coming off of Obasa. Well, going back to what I was saying about NS Matrix Diz defense, trying to simply face guard Byron Wesley. Wesley now guarded by John Wesley Murray. Now coming off one screen. Patient build-up from Metel. Tough contested step back, goes in. But Metel fighting for second chances. Wesley down the middle, makes a dish off, step through layup, goes in. Well, getting his first 2 points of the game, but the dime was from Byron Wesley. Now Murray. Well, it's going to be an unforced turnover. Well, you can see both teams defensively really have gone to their game plan. Well, he's had a great year's coaching here in East Asia, of course, most notably when he started in Thailand. It was almost a decade ago. Now Wesley. Foul's going to be called on Wang Yi-Ho. But the Metel fans appreciate that one. Now they're starting to find their team building that rhythm here offensively. Well, Coach Sepalis never lost hope that they have a chance of getting into the top two. But they've got to win tonight, and the big game is going to be against Pelita Jaya. Wesley wide open. Now they get it to him. He'll fire a three, contested, goes in. Oh no, but another offensive board. Nice post entry. Patient passing from the Metel. Wesley tries another three. Lots good offense coming from Metel. Two good looks on the perimeter. As Wang Yi-Ho just struggling to bring the ball up. Foul's gonna be called against Metel. Sideline ball coming up here too. NS Matrix Diz. Wang Yi-Ho will inbound this. Murray heavily defended. Suffocated defense coming from Zorik Batir. And now ball screen, firing up a three. Well, that's not gonna go, but a foul has been called. Well, the foul's gonna be called against Sain Bayard. That's his first personal foul of the first quarter. Baseline ball coming. Let's have a look at the replay here. Well, he's trying to, he's got hands all over Obasa, and unfortunately, well, his job is to keep Obasa off the offensive rebounds. And they cannot afford for Sain Bayard to get into foul trouble. Another three in the corner goes flying and buries this one. Well, neatly tucked away in the end by Ting. First three of the game going to the NS Matrix Diz. Metel trying to build an offense. Sain Bayard setting that ball screen. And now Tumen Bayard goes down low. Big Mac getting a good look, but struggling to break down against Obasa. The foul is going to be called here again. Zunic Bater. Well, this is where the Matrix can be very lethal. Any defensive rebound, missed shot, and this is what you want from John Wesley Murray. Push the tempo very quickly. Obasa trying to find Murray. Now going back to Wang Yi-ho. Goes down low, and again, no foul call, but finishing under intense pressure. Well, Wesley almost came over for the block. Byron Wesley penetrates. Can't get this one to go. And now here comes the NS Matrix Diz. Team down the middle. Probably should have gone himself. Good defense. Zayn Bayard doing enough there, and Wesley's wide open. And now goes in, throws it down with two hands. Well, Byron Wesley just bringing the home crowd into the game. Metel fans trying to get behind their team. But Matrix go for another three, and that is just way too short. And that one goes out of bounds. Wang Yi-ho. That's a good look for him, though. He's got to take those shots. Because the only three in the game was made by Ting. And that's what separates these two teams. Tumbaya finding Wesley again. This man just simply is trying to keep his team in the BCL Asia East. Well, Byron Wesley most likely tonight is going to have to play 35 minutes. And again, another unforced turnover. And a double change will be coming in for the NS Matrix Diz. Well, not quite the start they wanted. Ong Wei Yo is coming into the game. Well, there's the finish by Byron Wesley. Well, they're also checking into the game at the moment. Metel can't take the lead, trailing by one. Well, there's the penetration. Another kick out. Didn't quite get it in time for a three-pointer. Nice step through. And again, the foul's going to be called on Ting. So two free throws coming up for Metel. And that's a much better offense. As Nassan Bats. Well, look at this. Goes baseline. Slight little pump fake. Steps through. And that's a good call. On the Sambat making the first free throw, leveling things out here in the first quarter. 6:10 to go. Bishrelt Metel must win tonight. Oh, the importance of tonight's victory for them. Italian Italian Pilots still undefeated here in Group A, and they probably won't fancy their chances against them. Marquez Lecha getting the dive. Gets rejected. What a block. Are you kidding me? Zayn Bayard. Well, Lecha thought he got fouled. Well, this is how you defend Ulaanbaatar. Zayn Bayard. Bayard, thank you very much. Well, I don't know what's happened here. A technical foul's been called. And if it's on Marquez Lecha, I believe it is. Well, Byron Wesley at the free throw line. I'll tell you what, he has probably the most smooth and most beautiful shot here in the BCL Asia East. Well, Marquez Lecha, I'm not quite sure what he said. 2-point lead currently to Bishrelt Metel. Well, I like this from Coach Felton Seeley, asking Coach John Wesley Murray to extra deny on the backcourt player of Bishrelt Metel, Tumen Bayard. Tumen Bayard coming off one screen. Now pulls up for a three. Just a little too short. Marquez Lecha comes up with it. And now the Matrix can tie it up. Well, good hands by Byron Wesley. Unable to steal this one. Now Murray. Foul's going to be called. And that foul's on the ground. Well, that's the fourth and final team foul against Bishrelt Metel here in the first quarter. Well, that's a mismatch there. Zurich Batayar is always going to struggle against John Wesley Murray. And Zurich Batayar will go to the bench. So Isaiah checking in, number 7 here for Bishrelt Metel. Wong Yi-ho, little fadeaway, can't finish. Fletcher can't get the tip back. And Metel still lead by 2. A lot of passing going around, avoids the block, and somehow finishes and avoids the block from Marquez Lecce. And again, Ennis Matrix Diaz failing to capitalize. Well, that was a good looking transition by Duh. Now Byron Wesley. 5 points so far. And his face. Well, good switch on defense by Marquez Lecce. Lecce had the 3. Now goes baseline. But a foul is going to be called on Byron Wesley. Well, that's going to be Wesley's first personal foul. Leading scorer in the game tonight, Byron Wesley with 5 points. So free throws coming up for Marquez Lecce. Well, Marquez Lecce, of course, has been one of the more dominant players here for Ennis Matrix Diaz ever since the opening window in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. But just a little too short on the first free throw. As the Metel fans just ironically applauding the missed free throw. But he's a hell of a player, I tell you. Well, I think one thing for Coach Felton City, what he wants to see from his players. Well, Wesley, and a foul is going to be called again. Well, he just couldn't quite come up with a rebound. So Lecce will get another crack at this one. Well, that's unfortunate there because it's a case where you feel like you've got it, but in the end, it's just a slight little tip and a poorly timed, I guess. Well, checking into the game for the first time, Laka Vayav. Of course, has played some good minutes so far for Metel here in BCL Asia East. As now Lecce makes the free throw. Two out of 2 for Marquez Lecce. 2-point deficit. Metel still leading. As now Isaiah put under quite a bit of pressure by Wei Tong. Well, they take the gamble defensively. Goes in, can't finish. Well, nice fight there, but in the end, Matrix come up with it. But they turn it right back over. Well, again, both teams choking under pressure here at the moment. And they've got to learn to take care of the basketball. Sideline ball coming up to Metel. Still leading by 2. 4:13 to go here in the first quarter. Opening game of window number 5 in BCL Asia East. And now Metel, well, they turn it back over. Well, I think Coach Sapellis doesn't want to go for the head coach's challenge, but I think right now you can see in his response, he's more infuriated with his team's inability to get the ball inbound. Well, very static sideline. Murray going mid-range. Front iron, can't get it. Rebound by Byron Wesley. Metel needs some composure. Now they go to another bull screen scenario. Switched on defense. Nice spin, goes in. Are you kidding me? What an ISO move. And it's that man again, number 4. Tumen Bayar, the local hero here in Ulaanbaatar. 2-possession lead currently to Bishrelt Metel. Marquez Lecce bumps. No foul called, but a big time again, failing to capitalize. Well, that's a case there. When you get those second chance opportunities, you've got to convert them. And a foul committed. That's going to be the 4th and final team foul against Ennis Matrix Diz.
First foul by
Sideline ball again here to Bishrelt Metzel, leading by 4 points, 3:26 to go here in the first quarter. Well, Murray again mid-range. Still can't finish, but you love the anticipation by Isaiah. Coming from that weak side, trying to get that offensive board. Well, it's just become turnover city at the moment here for Ennis Matrix Disney. I do probably expect they'd be slightly favorites to win this game, considering they are in a much better position. Well, they've got to take care of the basketball. It's as simple as that. Wesley trying to find separation. Trying to bring Obasa away from the bucket. One too many passes maybe, and in the end failing to capitalize. Not a bad offense though by the Metzel. And now Matrix had the wide open three, goes in. But a foul's gonna be called against Metzel. So 2 free throws coming up for Tolowalupe Obasa. Foul's called against Lakvayag.
Substitution. First foul by number 34.
I think the worrying sign for the Ennis Matrix Diz so far here in the first quarter has been the excessive amount of turnovers. Because collectively as a team so far here in the first quarter, I mean, it's one too many to count for their liking. And that's not something Coach Felton Seeley is going to be happy about. 4 turnovers, and you know, a lot of them have been unforced. It's imperative they take care of the basketball. Well, they're currently 2 out of 4 for the free throw line. Tolowalupe Obasa now at the charity stripe. Has 4 points already tonight. Well, he's been great so far, playing 24 minutes per game, averaging 11.6 points per game. Because he's averaging a double-double with 10 rebounds. Both free throws good, cutting it down to a 2-point deficit. 6 points tonight for Tolowalupe Obasa. Byron Wesley, now looking for an ISO. Down the middle, goes in, and a foul is going to be called. So free throws. Foul is on Tolowalupe Obasa. Well, that's much better. Finding that gap. That's a good call. Because Wesley, not one of those players you want to give any inch of space. As Lakvayag coming back into the game here for the Metzel. Now Sambat Levy, 2 points so far this evening. As Wesley just missed the first free throw. Second one good. 6 points tonight for Byron Wesley. Joint leading scorer with Tolowalupe Obasa. Bit of full court pressure coming. Goes out of bounds and they turn it over now. That's interesting. Will Coach Felton Seeley go for the head coach? Yep, he's going for it. So head coach's challenge called by Coach Seeley. So the officials now will go to the monitor, which means players will have to go to their benches momentarily. But I think this will be a good chance for Coach Felton Seeley to kind of talk about how to break down this 1-2-2 full court press coming from Bishrelt Metzel. Well, we're just going to have a quick pop down and see what our 2 officials have to say about this one. Let's have a look here. This might be a more conclude ball. They've made a choice. But it's going to remain Bishrelt Metzel ball, so an unsuccessful head coach's challenge. 2:18 to go here in the first quarter. Metzel leading by 3. So imperative that they win tonight. And the only reason is it just gives them a fighting chance when they play against Palita Jaya. And even with that big head-to-head they'll have to come back from. Because it's unlikely they'll have a better matchup against the likes of Tayo and Payan pilots. Wesley called a double team. Now gets out of it. And a very clumsy foul committed. So that's going to be free throws coming up here for Mattel. Well, these are the kind of fouls you cannot afford to commit because, if it's a third team foul, you can argue, okay, not a bad one. But now you're just gifting Mattel to make this potentially a two-possession ball game. There's 2 men by Yard at the free throw line for the Mattel. Well, again, we'd like to welcome everybody watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. And if you aren't watching this game, please give this live stream a like and also subscribe to FIBA on YouTube. And make sure you follow BCL Asia on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Well, here's an interesting change as the game. So Hung Yi Tong has been averaging 8 points per game so far here in BCL Asia East, subbing in. As now the Matrix break down the press, but they turn it over yet again. And now Mattel leading by 5. Wesley in the corner, 3, takes it. Battling for offensive boards, goes out of bounds, but Mattel will get it back. Well, this is what their fans want to see. The fight and the tenacity to keep on going in for those second chances. Well, now getting inbound. Wesley hasn't made a 3 tonight. Almost got that one. And almost tipped into his own basket by Lecha. Neither team with any fouls to give. Don't want to send each other to the free throw line. Foul committed, counted! And Marquez Lecha going to the free throw line. Well, what a take by Marquez Lecha. Foul committed by Lakvayak. And that was over commitment from the backcourt, which then exposed the paint, leaving Marquez Lecha with a wide open run inside to the bucket. Three-point play converted by Marquez Lecha. 5 points so far here in the first quarter. Now we're under 90 seconds to go. Wesley kicks out. Another 3 hit for Mattel. Finally gets one to drop. And a big-time 3 by Batsudik. First 3 of the game for Mattel. Gal Bishrelt Mattel. Kickball violation. Well, there's a kick out. Good. That's the second assist tonight here for Byron Wesley. Well, Diaz have made a few 3s, and they make another one deep in the corner. Beautifully tucked away. Well, that time by Wee. And now Matrix trying to put on a bit of pressure themselves. Still down by 2. Now we're under 10 on the shot clock. Almost turns it over. Going for 19. Can't get it. But again, Mattel battling for offensive boards. No foul called. And now the Diaz can tie it up. Maybe take the lead with another 3. Oh, again, they had numbers. Failing to capitalize. Almost turning it over. Coming up with it. Another 3. Made his last one. Diaz have a bit of time. Obasa running in transition. There's another 3 for the lead. Falls to Tulawa, and he ties the game up. Well, Mattel don't get anyone back, and that is the end of the first quarter. We're all locked in at 19 apiece here in the 5th window of BCL Asia East, live in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Well, Mattel have led by as many as 6 points, but now everything even kill at the moment. Well, it is the end of the first quarter. We're going to leave you stats, highlights, and we'll be back in just under 2 minutes. Final four, and they'll join both New Taipei Kings and the Taiyuan Pilots. Well, it was a fantastic window in Chinese Taipei, but now we're here in a country, a beautiful country, where basketball is definitely on the rise. Byron Wesley, of course, joint top scorer, along with Tumen Bayard, both players with 6 points for Bishrelt Metzel. Well, at the moment, it is Toluwalupe Obasa leading all scorers of 8 points. Both teams locked in at 19 apiece. Metzel now with time winding down. Good hands on defense. And now the Matrix can take the lead. Wang Yi-ho finds Obasa. Obasa turn around, can't finish, where he's got to make the most of that one. Well, good defense coming from Black Bayag. Foul's gonna be called. Well, that one's on Yi Tong. Well, he's trying to argue his case, but unfortunately, he overcommitted himself. Well, they're trying to get Marquez Leche defensively match up with Byron Wesley. The key thing for the NS Matrix is keep the ball out of Wesley's hands. And again, a non-forced turnover. Well, that's a case where the sideline broke down. They want to get it to Wesley, but somebody's got to get open at that point. Another chance here for the Matrix to try and take the lead. Lecha now wants to go ball screen with Obasa. Black Bayag, good switch. Another kick out. Wang Yi-ho catching a tough one, and he gives them a 3-point lead. Third triple of the game now for the Matrix. Lotte Metzel led by 6 points. And an illegal screen is going to be called. Oh, things not looking good for Bishrelt Metzel. Well, they've got to be able to play under the... Well, things could go from bad to worse as John Wesley Murray substitutes. Well, he was fantastic last summer at BCL Asia in Dubai. Because they won't be going back to where, a venue is yet to be decided for wherever BCL Asia will be in June. And unfortunately, we won't see John Wesley Murray. But he's had some great games here in BCL Asia East. NS Matrix is now looking to extend their lead. Murray finds separation, gives them a 6-point cushion. His first 3 of the game. Metzel trying to work some screens. Wesley now looks to attack, goes in, gets fouled, counted, and Byron Wesley going to the free throw line. Well, simply unstoppable play. I mean, look at this. Keeps it in his right hand. And you've got no choice but to foul him. And even then, you just can't stop him. Chance now to cut it down to a 3-point deficit. Still early stages here in the second quarter. Wesley converts a 3-point play. 9 points this evening for Byron Wesley. Now becomes the leading scorer tonight. And this Matrix is. Well, you don't go under the screen. Well, well, no, they've called a foul. And I think that's the right call because had it not been a foul, it looked like it. Let's have a look at the replay here. Great job by Obasa. That's a good call. You can see foul is committed by Nansabat. Well, Abbas, if he makes both these, now would become the leading scorer tonight. He's unable to make the first free throw. Second one good. 2-possession ball game currently to the best team from Malaysia. Because here's where Bishrelt Metel have had their issues in the backcourt. Trying to find Byron Wesley. Batsuri gets fouled. It's another foul here against Hung Wee Tong. Well, Hung Yi Tong, excuse me, he's got to stay out of foul trouble. Batsuri's third personal foul. They're going to keep him in the game. And an offensive foul is going to be called. Well, it's on Saint Bayat, I believe. Yep. But you can see what they're doing. They're trying to open up and, try to get Byron Wesley open, but just so many unnecessary fouls committed by both these two teams. Just over 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. BCL Asia East live in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. The fifth and final window. Metel now going into a 2-3 zone defense. Wang Yi-ho, lazy pass. Wesley comes up with it. Chance now for Metel. Cut it down to a one-possession ball game. Well, there's a three. Three is up. Three is good. Beautifully tucked away on the Sambat. Now with his second field goal. Metel still staying in the zone. Obasa bumps, goes in. Can't finish. Doesn't get his own rebound, and Metel will get it back. And a chance for them to reclaim the lead. Well, Abasa may have thought he got bumped there, but nothing called. Trying to go back door. Wesley goes in. Well, good no call. And now the NS Matrix fans can push, but a foul's going to be committed. And that one's on Isaiah. Well, it's twice that Bishrelt Metel have tried to go for that backdoor play with Byron Wesley. And there's another look at the foul by Isaiah. Sideline ball to the Diz. Wang Yi-ho, well, Abasa was wide open. They didn't get the ball to him. Diz going for another three. Keeping Obasa off the offensive rebounds. Patiently trying to build something. Another ball screen. Good hands by Wang Yi-ho. This is where Metel's offense becomes static, but time is winding down. Another three goes in, counted, and again, Metel starting to cook up as they take a 2-point lead. Well, big three coming from Isaiah. Still staying in the zone defense. High post entry, now another kick out, another three. But Obasa gets the offensive board, and they turn it over. Well, Wesley's wide open, they get it to him, throws it down with a one-handed rim rocker. And a 4-point lead completely turned around. Well, it's been a 10-0 run from Bishrelt Metel, and a timeout's going to be called by Coach Felton Seeley. Right now, his team struggling to break down the basics of a 2-3 zone. But I'm telling you, he's called this timeout because he's going to get his players to now try and play with brains. Well, let's go down and listen to what he has to say.
We all right. We all right. Hey, listen. I told you, got to handle the ball. So let's give him 32. Let's give him 32. Let's give him 32. Okay? So that means give him 32. You be the baseline man. Let Meme stay up here, or either Meme, you be down. You the baseline man. So we come down there in this 2-3 zone, huh? So you okay? Dribble hand. Don't go dribble handoff. Go ball reversal, huh? Swing, sneak in. Look opposite. Okay, look at 32. Come on, we're okay. We're okay. Come on, let's go.
Him, 1, 2, 3.
Watch the press, watch the press.
Rebound.
Well, very cool, calm coaching, and I love that from Felton City. Even though his team are on the back end of a 10-0 run from Bishrelt Metzel, we're okay. That's what he said. Now, obviously, the change in how they attack the zone, he wants Marquez Letcher running the baseline. So this will bring John Wesley Murray into the backcourt. And we'll see how this progresses. Well, Wesley's going to be primary ball handler. But now it's a interesting defense here from Metzel. Murray now in the corner. Step back, bit of contact. Can't get it. Rebound by Metzel. Well, interesting now here from Metzel because they're going to try to play. 5:30 to go here in the second quarter. No Byron Wesley on the floor. And maybe Tsepelis, head coach Evangelo Tsepelis, is identified. His team may have built some confidence with their three-point shooting. Good time to give his star players some rest. Post entry gets rejected. And now John Wesley Murray wants to run, but nobody with him. Well, what a block by Marquez Letcher. Letcher goes in, a foul's gonna be called. And that's gonna be foul number 4 against St. Bayard. And that's a problem here for Metzel because they don't have a natural center. But Lacvayaga is gonna come back in.
15 points. Substitution.
I don't think we're gonna see him for the rest of the first half. St. Bayard, 1 foul away from leaving the game. Well, Letcher failed to make the first free throw. Just now it's his 3rd missed free throw tonight. Second one good. Still a 3-point lead to Bishrelt Metzel. Just another change coming in. Re-entering the game is Tumen Bayard, 6 points so far this evening. Metzel looking to extend their lead. Patiently trying to build something, but now we're on the 10. Well, nice opening, goes in, avoids the block, but he's unable to finish. And can the Diz capitalize? Nice pass by again, John Wesley Murray finding a wide open bucket coming from Ong. And that's a great transition by the NS Matrix Diz. Well, that cuts it down to a 1-point deficit. And it makes you wonder how much longer they're going to keep Byron Wesley on the bench. Trying to ISO. Going for a tough fadeaway. The catch somehow. What a finish. Batsurik. Well, he had to really step to make that one. Goes out of bounds. Well, Diz will get this back. I think NS Matrix Diz will live with those shots taken by Batsurig. Because I don't think John Wesley Murray could have done anything better on defense. Still staying in his own defense. Letcher in the high post. Kicks out, finds Wang Yi-ho. 3 way off the mark. And now Marquez Letcher will fire 3. And tying the game up. Well, that is why offensive rebounding is so imperative here tonight. Remember, NS Matrix Diz still looking for their first win. Well, he's made 1 3. And that time there, only Lacvayaga going in for offensive boards. Wang Yi-ho now penetrates. John Wesley Murray, another 3, and again, going back and forth. And that's a huge 3-pointer. And another turnaround. This game becoming a roller coaster of emotions. Well, timeout called by a coach, Evangelo Tsepelis. Nice kick out by Wang Yi-ho. And if John Wesley Murray gets on fire, it could be a problem for Mattel. Well, we will be back in just under 60 seconds.
One side to the other side. We cannot win because I am better than the other. No. Pass the ball, cut. Do something. Our offense. Jimmy has the ball. Jimmy's here. 5, 4, 2 and shoot. Double screen here. At the same time, 2. Make back screen to shoot. Guys, look at me because they switch every time. Flash. Every time. Haydi.
Movement, but also the offense from Bishrelt Metzel very static, which does make things quite easy for NS Matrix Diz defense. Matrix now putting on a bit of full court pressure. Tumen Bayad now playing primary point guard. Metzel down by 3. Well, look for a penetration, pulls up off the dribble. That's a good look. But Marquez Leche secures the rebound. Wang Yi-ho goes for another 3 in transition. That might have been just too quick a shot for NS Matrix Diz. Well, Lakvayag coming up for another screen. Pulling up for 15, mid-range. Again, nice take by Batsarig. Well, he's got 7 points tonight. He did hit the first 3 for Bishrelt Metzel. Just over 2.5 to go here in the first half. Well, getting a hand to it now. Who got the last touch? What's going to remain NS Matrix Diz ball. That's great anticipation by Tumen Bayar on defense. Final seconds. Finds Leche on the cut. Leche goes back to the free throw line. Well, that's a problem because if it's on Lakvayag, that's his 4th foul as well. And if he, well, this is a big problem for Metzel because both centers now have 4 fouls. So it looks like Metzel's going to have to go complete small ball here in the final 2:17. Yep, Lakvayag's going to have to come out. Well, not a natural center as mentioned. Leche looking to extend their lead, but he missed another free throw, and that is free throw number 4 missed by Marquez Leche. Second one good. Well, Metzel down by 2. They'll take some inspiration from this, knowing Byron West is on the bench. Almost turned it over. Another kick out. Had the 3, didn't go for it. Nice passing. There's the 3. Can give him the lead. Almost got it. And a big rebound by Marquez Leche. And now Matrix can't extend their lead. Leche hesitates. John Wesley Murray splits the defense. There's a kick out. Dull wide open. Just can't finish. Falling to John Wesley Murray. Second chance points. Now giving them a 4-point lead. 8 tonight for John Wesley Murray. Now we're into 90 seconds. Well, good hands. And Leche now on the open floor. Well, good recovery on defense. Well, Zarin Batar preventing it from being a 6-point deficit. But a baseline ball coming up for the Matrix. Wesley, well, this is worrying. Looks like he's in some pain. That's not a good sign for Ennis Matrix Diz. So Tolu Guadalupe Obasa is going to jump into the game. Well, hopefully Marquez Lech is okay. But he has left the floor. Murray's made 2 threes, 8 points. Can't get this one. Well, that's a good look by John Wesley Murray. And a very unnecessary foul because you're just going to send Byron Wesley to the free throw line. Well, they could have come up with a steal, but well, the foul was on Wee. That's going to be his second personal. Wesley now 11 points so far tonight. Well, he's been fantastic for this team. One of the leading scorers so far here in BCL Asia East. Started his pro career internationally in Europe for Kataya in the first ever year of the Basketball Champions League in Europe. Both free throws converted, cutting it down to 1 possession ball game. Number 9 the team with any fouls to give. Murray ISO, baseline, can't finish. And now Mettel can tie the game up. Well, again, win for the alley-oop. Goes out of bounds, but Mettel will get it back. 48.5 seconds left here in the second quarter. But a timeout is going to be called. Ennis Matrix Diz calling this timeout. Well, again, Coach Felton Seeley, his team have come back. They've shown a lot of character, no doubt about it. But we will be back in just under 60 seconds.
No zone. Okay? We're going motion, 3 side. So when you come out, huh? Pass. Go here, huh? If the ball is with you here, look on the opposite side, see if we can get a flare screen throw over. Okay? So we want to look at that side, 3 side. Now, right now, we're 5 to 2. But stay with 25. Bump up. Be aggressive. Let's go. Come on.
Let's go.
Hey, guys. Stop. Hey. Jinhao, come on. Defense, quickly.
Now, the good thing for Mettel right now, they can go 2 for 1. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to go to his zone. Looks like a matchup. But Mettel potentially could go into the halftime break with a lead, but they've got to score this possession. Well, they got to get open. Avoiding the 5-second violation just narrowly. Here's the isolation play. Goes in. Gets rejected. Obasa. Well, that is what I call an Ennis Matrix Diz. Solid insurance policy. The rim protector. This man pinned him off the backboard. Well, I think you could see that one coming from a mile away. Wesley getting a handoff. Final seconds. Has to shoot it. No. I don't think they got it off in time. Well, it goes out of bounds, and Mettel will get it back. Well, a timeout's going to be called by Evangelos Sepelis, and it's just that second chance. Putting his hand, yeah, that's a good call. That is the right call. Well, Evangelos Sepelis will talk this over. One thing that's worrying about his team offensively, they're all way too static.
Kuje is here. Wes is here. Zuk is here. Jimmy is here. And Duk focus here. It's like this, okay? I want guys, one screen, two screen for West. This guy to make screen to all players here. After your screen, cut immediately inside. After your screen, go there. After your screen, flash inside.
Well, if you compare the rebounding count between these two teams in the moment, Ennis Matrix is a total of 26 rebounds opposed to 22 to Bishrelt Metal, but 10 offensive boards. But credit to Metal, they also have 7 offensive rebounds. Both teams really trying to go at each other. Fresh 14 on the shot clock for Bishrelt Metal. Down by 2 points. I want to level things up going into halftime. Trying to get this one inbound. Well, they just about get it inbound. Finding Byron Wesley. Wesley now looking for an ISO. There's a kick out. Nice little spin, avoids the block. The float is up, gets his own rebound, but still fails. Well, they don't want to foul here, but John Wesley Murray looking to attack. Goes in, simply too much to handle. And that is the end of the first half with Bishrelt Metal trail by 4 points against the winless Ennis Matrix Steers. Well, fans, it's an exciting game because Metal have got to win tonight. They've got to win to ensure they have a chance of that head-to-head battle against Palika Jaya to become the second-place team and qualify for the Bishrelt Asia East Final Four. Well, we're going to take a break for 15 minutes. We'll leave you with stats and highlights. We're live here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia.
total points.
Welcome back, everybody, live here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia for the 5th and final window of Bishrelt Asia East. Currently, it's a Group A fixture between winless NS Matrix Diz and one of our joint hosts, Bishrelt Mattel of Mongolia's The League. Well, so far in this game, both teams have been led by key important players. In this case, Tolowalupe Obasa here for the NS Matrix Diz and Byron Wesley for Bishrelt Mattel. What is NS Matrix Diz, who narrowly lead this one by 4 points, 40-36. And Mattel on 2 occasions have led by 5 and 6 points. I mean, it really has been a roller coaster of emotions between these two teams. Well, if Mattel want to win this one, other players have to step up, but the problem for them, there are only 2 centers, Lakvayak and Seimbad, both have 4 fouls each. Well, they've got to be able to turn this one around, but their 2 centers have got to make sure they don't pick up another foul. They will be fouled out. Well, again, welcome everybody. If you're watching this game live on FIBA's official YouTube platform, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to BCL Asia on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Well, a big shout out to FIBA Asia for doing a magnificent job in the Mongolian Basketball Federation for hosting this magnificent 5th window. Remember, BCL Asia East began in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. 5 windows, 24 games, 8 teams, 2 groups, and the top 2 teams from each group will qualify for BCL Asia East Final 4, in which will decide our 2 teams that will go to play against the champions of the B League, the KBL, the CBA, the PBA, and the best 2 teams from the FIBA Vassal. NS Matrix Diz will have the first possession here in the second half. Well, they've got to ensure they begin this 3rd quarter as strong as they did finish it. Well, I mean, they were just simply outstanding in the final few minutes. And Mattel again, staying in the zone defense. Oh, coming over to steal, now they can push this. Byron Wesley trying to go quickly. Well, there's the 3, they've cut it down to 1. 3 is up, no good. Both teams going into a zone defense. Well, actually, no, incorrect. Matrix haven't never gone into a zone. Murray now for an ISO. Kicks out in the corner. Young Gads made 1-3. Can't get this one. Rebound secured. Zarik Batai still scoreless in this game. They're trying to set a double stack screen, but nowhere to go here at the moment. Wesley heavily defended. Trying to go for an ISO. There's a kick out. Another good look from three. It's up. That's not a bad offense though from Bishrelt Metzel. They get the wide open three, but they're just unable to convert. Still Metzel want to play zone. Well, they'll give another three wide open. Can't finish. Goes out of, well, yeah, goes out of bounds. But Matrix will retain this one. What's the problem? Because whether it's Marquez Letcher or Tolowalupe Obasa, it's the main reason why they've been so dominant on the offensive boards tonight. Metzel don't quite have that dominant center, and tonight there are only two centers, as I mentioned. Each of them have 4 fouls each. Finds Wang Yi-ho, can't finish in point-blank range, but another offensive board. Now Letcher pulls up for 15, can give him a 6-point lead. Well, that's a 12th offensive board here. But even on 3 occasions, NS Matrix is failing to convert. Almost 2 minutes played here in the second half. Neither team scoring yet. Wesley finds an opening. Wesley hangs in the air, goes in. Oh no! Well, they've called an offensive foul. Great defense by Marquez Letcher. And I think Evangelos Sempelis is asking the question, should have counted due to the fact that the ball release. Well, that's a great take by Marquez Letcher, but you gotta give credit. Byron Wesley had to still finish that one. No basket. Trying to find Letcher on the seal-off. Good dish off, goes in, finishes. And now a 6-point lead to the NS Matrix Diz. Well, Metzel's got to find some confidence here in their offense. Wesley leading scorer in the game with 13. Another unforced turnover. And now John Wesley Murray is going to finish. Oh, he missed it. And nobody from Metzel got. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? I don't know what's more disappointing. The fact nobody from Metzel got back in time. 3 goes up. They still can't score. Well, that was a strange twist of events. Nearly 3 minutes, only 2 points, but Letcher could change that. And finally, Metzel. Wesley goes in, a blocking foul is going to be given, so 2 free throws coming up for Metzel. Well, it looks like Tuman Bayad took quite a hit. He's still on the ground. Not sure if he's going to be able to get back up. Let's have a look at the replay. That's tough. That is a tough one. What is on Marquez Letcher? It's only his 2nd personal foul. 2nd leading scorer tonight, Marquez Letcher, right behind Byron Wesley. There's a chance now for them to cut it down to a 4-point deficit. Tuman Bayad making the first free throw. Well, he's been good so far tonight, but they need him to go that extra length. 2nd one, both made. Oh, who's that guy? Who's he? Zukir, baby. Kobe had a bad time trying to catch up with the stats as now Murray kicks out. Another 3 goes flying again. Buries it from downtown. Well, what a huge 3 made by Duh. 7-point lead to the Matrix. Their biggest lead of the game. Byron Wesley mid-range. Can't get it. And now the Matrix looking to extend. Still looking for that first victory. Another 3. This team is simply cooking. And for the first time tonight, the NS Matrix Diz do have a double-digit lead. Well, a timeout's going to be called by Evangelos Zepalis. They haven't had a field goal here in the second half. Only 2 free throws. And those were made by Tumen Bayat. Let's go and listen to what he had.
Guys, we start to play zone, we play men. Okay. And switch, everyone switch. Now, every time when we have offense, we have 2 solutions. First, step up screen, real screen, or wide screen. The first play, I want to play until the end, fish side. Wes is for this side, Tuk for this side. Okay? Play one time until the end.
Well, they're going to switch it up defensively. They're coming out of that zone defense, which they did stay in the second quarter right through to the end. So now it will be a man-to-man matchup. Now my worry for this, as mentioned, no natural center on the floor here for Bishrelt Metel. So who is going to defensively match up with Marquez Lecce? Tumen Bayat still handling business here in the backcourt. Now fakes the screen, penetrates. That's going to be a kickball violation, so baseline ball to Metel. Well, Metel's got to get something. Switching on every screen, not letting Wesley get the ball. Almost turning it over, but Metel will get it back. Well, it's an unforced turnover, and it's been the story of the evening. And how many times have they had a baseline inbound or a sideline ball where it's just so static, nobody gets open? Well, it's going to be Zuri Batar will sub out. Subbing back into the game is number 7, Isaiah here for Metel. Isaiah does have 5 points. Well, another change coming in. So Lakvayag, who does have 4 fouls, he's got to be careful, so he'll have to match up with Marquez Lecce. Murray looking for a handoff. Nice backdoor pass. Another kick out. Doug goes baseline. Murray wide open. Third 3, big time. John Wesley Murray is on fire. Biggest lead of the game, 13 points. Well, now Metel will try 3. Another offensive board. Wesley hasn't made one tonight. Now he gets it. Byron Wesley, leading scorer of 16. Well, it's very tough for Byron Wesley because the defense, they just simply try to smother him. Keep the ball out of his hands. Lecce blocking foul called, and 2 free throws coming up here. Well, he went down the middle. Let's have a look at the replay. I think that is, I don't think there's any malice in that from Isaiah. I think he's trying to come over just a little too late, because that is Isaiah's second personal foul. And Marquez Lecce now at the free throw line. 12 points tonight. He has missed 4 free throws, but no problem this time. Well, Marquez Lecce just trying to sort out his undershirt, because you ever get a chance to speak to him, he's just such a fantastic person. You watch him in the practices, the shoot-arounds. I mean, he is a prime-time professional. There's no argument. And now he is the second leading scorer, right behind Byron Wesley. Well, Wesley turns it over. Here comes Lecce, goes in, throws it down. Well, an unfortunate set of circumstances for Bishrelt Metel. And now it is the biggest lead for the Matrix. Wesley now looking for an ISO, kicks out, good look. Wide open 3, and there's no arguments with that offense. They got the wide open look. Now Murray goes in, gets rejected. And Byron Wesley comes up with it. Metzel don't have the numbers. Another three, it's open, it's up. Well, they're getting good looks, they're just unable to convert. Wow, Matrix just carelessly turn it over. That time Lee. Well, they gotta be able to handle the pressure. Backdoor, Wesley goes in, bit of contact, no foul called. Well, Byron Wesley felt there was contact. And Tolu Walupe Obasa comes in for Marquez. Oh, Lecce still favoring that hip. Let's have a look here. Nice backdoor play. Oh, it's a 50-50, you know? It's one of those. If it's called, you can understand. If it's not, it's a good no call. Now Wesley made his last three. Makes another one. 19 points for Byron Wesley. Cutting it down to an 11-point deficit. Now John Wesley Murray goes in. No foul called, and that is crucial because that would have been a fifth foul against Lakbayag. And I would say Bishrelt Metzel. Let's have a look here. Oh, no, you know what? Good defense. Good defense. Metzel can cut it down to single digits. Down by 11. But you want to go to Byron Wesley. He's hit his last two threes. Wesley in the corner. Pump fakes. Now attacks. Pulls up inside the paint. Can't get it. Well, he went for the tip and probably should have gone for the rebound. And that's going to be the third team foul against Metzel here in the third.
First foul, penalty third team foul.
Well, the foul is going to be called against Tumen Bayad. That's only his first personal. Not too much for him to be concerned about. Dirk coming off one screen, finds Ting, the man who made the first three tonight for the Matrix. Now for another one. Can't get it. Big rebound here by Metzel. Still looking to cut down to single digits. There's the penetration. Well, probably should have gone up for the layup, but good recovery defense by Ting. Baseline ball here to Metzel. Here's where they struggle to get the ball inbound. They find Tumen Bayad. Another ball screen with Lakbayag. But now we're under 10. Got to make a decision. Oh boy, well, Bassa getting ahead to it. Well, nobody from Metzel went to go for it. And the Matrix come up with it now. Well, another turnover, but can Metzel with numbers. A 3-on-2. Trying to find Byron Wesley, and now he's got 21. And it's down to a 9-point deficit. Byron Wesley, 8 points here in the third quarter. Well, he is just simply trying to do everything and anything to keep Bishrelt Metzel in this one. Keep that hope alive to qualify. And Coach Felton Seeley has seen his team a couple of times give up leads, but not as big as 14 when they've led by the most. Well, the timeout's called. We will be back in just under.
What's wrong with Q? Hey, man, motion. Let's look at motion side. Okay, look at that. 5-out check. Okay. Let's go, come on, defense.
先打3个人 check 啊，自己停一下。Hey, 1, 2, 3.
Hey. Jordan. Find out what's wrong with Q.
You like that question? This is what you got to love about Felton Seeley. He's a great coach. And another guy, you talk with him, he's a basketball mind. But I love the very basic question to his players. What's wrong with you? And all that means is, hey, we got a game now. You ready to play or not? Well, Mattel going on. A 6-0 run at the moment. Can defensively to hang in there. John Wesley Murray now up against Byron Wesley. 7 now the shot clock. Murray, pump fakes, pulls up 15. Well, got a hand to it. Mattel fighting here at the moment. There's the penetration, avoids the block. Good deep. Oh, again, goes out of bounds. But it's going to remain Mattel ball with 1:50 to go here in the third. And I'm telling you now, Toluwalupe Obasa, defensively, he's been the king tonight. Well, he actually didn't block that one. But still, Obasa, his presence in the paint has been undeniable. Semen Bayad, mid-range no good. Matrix now looking to push. 95 seconds. Wesley hesitates. Finds Obasa, goes in. Too big. What a nice dime coming from John Wesley Murray. That puts it back to double digits. Well, they'll go for another three. That's a good look for them. It goes out of bounds. Majors will get it back. Well, the three-pointers have been a big disparity in this game and a key difference between both of them. Of course, Mattel so far in this game, only 4 out of 17, and most of those have indeed come from Byron Wesley. Oh no, I take that back. They're actually 5 out of 20. Whereas you look at the NS Matrix Diz, 9 out of 24. You think about it, take all 4 of those three-point differences. Well, Mattel would be winning. Obasa mid-range, can't finish. Now Wesley wants a run. Almost turns it over to get this one back. Well, no foul called, and it's going back to the Matrix. And Evangelos Sepelis infuriated. But great anticipation on defense by Ong Wei Young. Well, look here, just gets a fingertip to this. That's a good call. That is a good call. Let's it out heavily defended. Batswing trying to keep him at bay. Lecha penetrates. Foul's gonna be called, so free throws coming up for Marquez Lecha. Well, Lecha has 16. As mentioned, second leading scorer right behind Byron Wes, who's got 21. His 5th missed free throw tonight. Well, Mako 5 of those missed free throws, and it's a 16-point ball game. Well, lane violation, surely. Well, it doesn't matter if he made or missed it, it's a line violation. Toluwalupe Obasa inadvertently and unfortunately just entering before the free throw had been taken. 2 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Wesley being double teamed. And this Matrix do have fouls to give. They want to get one final crack. Cut it down to single digits. Wesley now taking on 2. And there's the foul committed. That's going to be a second foul against Wong Yi-ho. Wesley been smothered. Well, they want to go to Byron Wesley, get the ball in his hands. Another foul, it's going to be team foul number 3. So with 4.6 seconds left, Matrix have 1 foul to give. Tumembaya just taking his time to go over to the other side. And now the NS Matrix is making a change is Hung Yitong coming back in the lineup. Of course, that opening game he was fantastic against Taiyuan Payan Pilots. One final play, getting in bounds, puts up a 3, got it! Big time 3! And that cuts it down to an 8-point deficit and gives Bishrelt Metal a little bit of hope going into the 4th and final quarter. Well, Batsurik now 10 points, becoming the second Bishrelt Metal player. Welcome back, everybody, live here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. 5th and final window of BCL Asia East, the pathway to the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Well, this competition, BCL Asia East, the revamp of the BCL Asia qualifiers, 8 teams, 2 groups, a total of 24 games, 5 windows, and then a Final Four to decide which 2 teams will go and play the champions of the B-League, the CBA, the PBA, the KBL, and the 2 very best from the FIBA Vassal. Well, again, welcome everybody live here in Ulaanbaatar. We have now Bishrelt Metal versus NS Matrix Diz. Byron Wesley, 21 points, nice dime, goes in, finishes under intense pressure. Well, Wesley's been Superman tonight. And John Wesley Murray going ISO mode. Well, tough move by Murray, now 15 points. 3rd leading scorer in tonight's game. Well, they've got to get something big. Trying to battle for offensive boards. Metel will get it back. So 14 on the shot clock. We gotta love the anticipation, trying to make every possession count. Well, we gotta get it down. Lakbayag. Down by 8. One in the corner, nice pass, open 3. 3 is up. Gets the offensive board. Almost turns it over, but another rejection. Well, great defense by Marquez Lecha. But 5 here on the shot clock. Avoids the block, goes in with a teardrop. Wow, huge play. Well, great finish by Batsurik. The only other player for Bishrelt Metal in double figures. Well, Murray loses dribble, picks up. Ting down the paint. Wants to go ISO mode, but he turns it over. And Byron Wesley comes up with it. Wesley, your step, avoids the block, and he's got 23. And now the 15-point lead has been cut down in 2 possessions. Byron Wesley, AKA Superman. Foul's going to be called against Batsarig. That's only his 2nd personal.
Second foul, and 6, first team foul.
And that's the first team foul for Bishrelt Metal here in the 4th and final quarter. Batsarig's going to leave. But what a performance he's had tonight. Now Sam Bat checking back in for Metal. Well, another change coming in as Durr comes back into the game. He's got 8 points tonight, Durr. That's a big moment. Patient passing by the Matrix. Foul's called, but he's unable to get one, so 2 free throws coming up for Ting. And that's a great take because, you know, when the players such as Ting or Hongi Wo step up, it just relieves the pressure from John Murray, from Marquez Lecha. But they've got to make the free throws. First one, no problem. Well, they've missed 7 free throws as a team tonight. 5 of those were missed by Marquez Lecha. Back to a 6-point lead. There's now Tumen Bayad trying to deal with the full court pressure. John Wesley Murray. And now Byron Wesley, 23 tonight. Fancies the mismatch. Looking for his 3rd three. Can't get it. And if that is going to be against Lakvayag, that is going to be foul number 5. And he's out of here. But you know what? Credit to him. He managed to come in the 3rd quarter and avoid picking up that 5th foul, but they've only got 1 center left, and that is Sain Bayad, who we haven't seen since the 1st quarter. Well, he has got to be defensively disciplined ever in his career right now. Six-point lead to the Matrix. Nice pick and roll. Oh my goodness! Marquez Lecha just took a body with him. Well, Lecha just went in with no regard for the help side defense feelings. Well, this 3 will cut it down, but they just can't get it. And that is the area that's been the difference between these 2 teams tonight, the 3-point shooting. Now Lecha can extend the lead, and he buries it. 2nd 3 for Marquez Lecha. Matrix looking for their first win in BCL Asia East. Byron Wesley. Well, 1 pass in the corner. There's the pump fake. Another penetration. Wesley wide open. Takes this one. Hits his 3rd triple. And he's at his season average here at BCL Asia East with 26 points. And that 3-pointer cuts it down to an 8-point deficit. No foul called. John Wesley Murray turns it over. Metel have numbers. Nice pass. Well, no foul call, but another big offensive rebound. Finds Byron Wesley, and Wesley just trying to take a body with him. Well, Byron Wesley just trying to put on a bit of revenge against Marquez Lecha. Well, there was the big offensive board coming from Tumen Bayad. And look at this for Byron Wesley. Well, that was going to be welcome to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. And I'm not sure what's happened to Marquez Lecha. Hopefully he's okay, but well, remember he went down in the first half with a hip injury. And he's tough as nails, Marquez Lecha. So is Byron Wesley. Both free throws converted. 28 points tonight for Byron Wesley. What a performance. And that's going to be the 5th foul. Or is it on Sukbat? No, so it's not on. I don't think it's on Saint Bayard.
Third foul and 6, fourth team foul.
Well, there, it's on Sukbat, so no. That's a rig. And Tate doing his job, going to the free throw line. 5:52 to go. Ennis Matrix Diaz, as mentioned, looking for their first win in BCL Asia East. Unable to hit the second one. Another offensive board here for Ennis Matrix Diaz. Finds Tolowalupe Obasa, and one going to the charity stripe. And what was a 6-point deficit is now going to become a 10-point deficit if Tolowalupe Obasa converts the 3-point play.
15 foul.
Still time though for Metel.
Substitution.
Change coming into the game. The Sambat's going to leave, so coming back in here, indeed, is Zurig Bata. Hasn't scored yet tonight. Obasa's got to make this free throw. Converts a 3-point play. Back to a 10-point lead. And a foul's going to be called, and that's going to be the second team foul against Ennis Matrix Diz. We have to appreciate Ting's effort to pick him up full court, but don't want to be picking up unnecessary fouls. Wesley trying to kick out. There's a pump fake, goes in, and a big timeout one. And another crucial assist coming from Byron Wesley. Well, this could cut it down to 7 points. That's his first field goal tonight. Same Bayard. What a dime from Byron Wesley. Well, Wesley's 9 for 22 tonight from the field. Same Bayard way off on the free throw. Well, the air ball, so violation's going to be called. Well, Wesley does have 5 rebounds. But she has 5 assists and 4 rebounds, so 6 assists, 5 rebounds away from a triple-double. And now John Wesley Murray trying to attack. Diz still lead by 8. Huge 3 coming up. Metel come up with a rebound. 5 minutes almost left here in the 4th quarter. Well, they want to put the ball in the hands of Wesley. Make him attack. Obasa's away from the paint. Well, nobody getting open, and it's going to be a 10-point lead. Matrix converting the turnover into transition points. And this is where Bishrelt Metel just can't simply rely on Byron Wesley to work his magic. Somebody's got to get open. Well, another turnover, and now the Matrix looking to push. Finds Obasa, goes in, 12-point lead. No timeout called yet by Bishrelt Metel. You could definitely feel the fatigue. Wesley's played extensive minutes tonight. 28 points. Wesley penetrates, and he gets rejected by Obasa. Well, Obasa's recovery defense. He is the insurance policy. Well, tough one there for Wesley because nobody to kick out to. And Tolowalupe Obasa is going to leave the game. Well, no, he's not. He's just having a few words with Coach Felton Seeley. Obasa tonight, 16 points. and 3 blocks. Well, nice finish. Cuts it back down to 10. Now we're under 4 minutes. 14 points tonight for Batsering. Well, good defense, goes out of bounds. Mattel will get it back. I think John Wesley Murray doesn't quite believe he got the final touch. Another change coming from Mattel. There's Nassam Bat, who's got 5 points. He comes back into the lineup. So it's a small ball lineup now here for Mattel. Byron Wesley now looking for ISO mode. Another 3 in the corner, bit of contact. But it's going to remain Mattel ball because of deflection. Well, Batsuri trying to say he got a bit of contact, a bit of hands. The official saying it was all ball. Another kick out. Goes in for a floater again. Tough shot. And Sarig Batak getting his first 2 points of the night. Foul's got to be called. The problem with that foul, it's a very poor foul to give away. Because now it's going to be free throws coming up. And you can see Byron Wesley saying to him, don't foul. So a chance for the Matrix to make it back to a double-digit lead. Ong Wei Young at the free throw line. First one's good. Five points tonight for Ong Wei Young. Byron Wesley getting his 5th rebound. 9-point deficit. Wesley pulls up, 4-3. Can't get it. Rebound secured by Tolowalupe Obasa. Matrix patiently passing the ball around. John Wesley Murray, backdoor, goes in, finishes. And now he has 17. Well, big finish by John Wesley Murray, second leading scorer. And Mattel's threes just won't drop. And John Wesley Murray going the length of the floor. And indeed, it's back to a 13-point lead with 2:36. Matrix on their way to their first win here at BCL Asia East. Their final game. And it looks like they'll end with pride. Well, timeout call by Evangelos Sepelis. We'll be back in just under 1 minute. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Final window of the BCL Asia East. Well, we've had windows. The opening window was in Malaysia, then Indonesia, then Chinese Taipei. Of course, magnificent window we had in Thailand, joint hosted by both Adjoint of Singapore and High Tech Basel Club. And both groups now featuring here in Ulaanbaatar over the next few days to find out which 2 teams, along with Taoyuan Pilots and the New Taipei Kings, going to the Final Four. Well, Mattel, unfortunately, that has been the story of the game. Just not enough consistency here on offense. Ong Wei Young. I'd say by John Wesley Murray, taking his tally to 21. Of course, he's had some big plays here in the 4th quarter. Back to a 15-point lead. Byron Wesley, little jumper, can't get it. And now you sense it with under 2 minutes. NS Matrix Steers will not be going to the Final Four, but they will pick up their first victory. Still here by Batsarig, but good recovery by Ong Wei Young. John Wesley Murray had the three. Kicks out. Ting, wide open. Can't get it, but falling into the hands of John Murray. Foul's going to be called against Tumen Bayard. So John Wesley Murray will go to the free throw line here for the NS Matrix Steers. Well, you sense it now. More changes coming in. As Chin checks in for the first time, along with Lee. Well, Hung Yi Tong is also going to come back into the lineup. And there's going to be a provisional substitution. So if John Wesley Murray makes both free throws, he'll be leaving the game. Good job tonight from him. Well, also Lee subs in for the game for the first time. Well, if you go back to the first game here in Bishrelt Asia East for NS Matrix Steers in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the double overtime exciting matchup against Taoyuan Pilots. It was this man who came in the fourth quarter, finishing with 5 3-point field goals, and only losing by 3. Unfortunately for the Matrix, they just couldn't find that consistency for the rest of that window. They had a 20-point lead against Pelita Jaya, only for them to come back and lose. Has now run to 90 seconds. Well, we are going to get a post-game interview with the player of the game, which in this case, I think it's going to be Marquez Lecha. Mattel playing for Pride. Wide open three. Not going to go. And NS Matrix Steers come up with it. Hung Yi Tong. Well, going down low, finishing as Chin gets his first 2 points. Now making it a 19-point lead. Well, they got to avoid the 8-second violation. Tough outing tonight here for Mattel. Kickball violation. So Mattel will retain possession. .3 seconds left. The tough part for Bishrelt Mattel, 2 final games. Now, it's not over for them, because if they still beat Taoyuan Pilots, they would have a chance mathematically to qualify. Foul committed. So free throws coming up for Lee. Now with 40 seconds left, a chance to make this a plus 20-point lead. Well, Lee Jun Kang, of course, has played just over 5 minutes in this game so far. 1 rebound, 1 assist. Because does have also a steal and 2 turnovers. And that's his first point of the evening. So he's 1-1-1-1-1. That could change if he makes his free throw. Second one good. Oh, again, unforced careless turnover. Matrix get it back. Lead it by 21. Goes in, finishes. And that is the icing on the cake as Jin Hung now makes it officially a 23-point lead. That's going to be the 5th team foul by the NS Matrix Steers. So free throws coming up for Bishrelt Mattel. Well, where did it go wrong in this game for the team from Mongolia? Well, it's actually the 4th team foul, my apologies, so no free throws coming up. Well, the depth of these two teams, that has been the difference. The 3-point shooting tonight from Matrix has been simply exhilarating. Another 3 goes flying, not gonna go. Hung Yi Tong comes up with it. Final 10 seconds. Well, it's gonna be a big congratulations to the NS Matrix Steers getting their first win of BCL Asia East. They win this one, 89-66 against Bishrelt Mattel. Well, fans, please stick around. I'm gonna get a post-game interview with the player of the game, which is NS Matrix Steers. Marquez Lecce heading down now, but a big congratulations to Felton Seeley. They finished BCL Asia East finally with a win. Now with the player of the game, Marquez Lecce. Congratulations, big performance. What does it mean to you and your team to get your first victory here in BCL Asia East?
It means a lot. 5 games and not getting one, it's tough, mentally, physically, spiritually to go out there and play every day. So, this is a big step for our team. Our backs was against the wall, and, we had one more chance to prove ourselves when we went out there and did it.
You went down with an injury, I think it was to the hip in the first half, and you played through the pain. What does that say to you, but also to your teammates, that you're able to play through the adversity?
Oh, we're a tough team. We're all here for one goal, and if I can run, I can jump. I'm going to play and try to help my team win. And this is a big one. Not only for our team but for the country of Malaysia. So I'm glad that I was able to help them and inspire them.
Great atmosphere tonight from the Bishrelt Metal fans. A fantastic venue. What can you say overall about Mongolian basketball?
Oh, I love it. It's growing. You can tell. They're putting a lot of effort, a lot of resources behind it. So. All of Asia, they're trying to grow their game, and BCL Asia is a testimony to that. So to be able to participate in this type of competition with these type of teams, these type of players is a blessing, and I'm just thankful for the opportunity.
Marquez Lecce, thank you so much. Congratulations, and all the best to you going forward.
Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to the post-game press conference of BCL Asia East. Currently now with winning assistant head coach Tien Yuen Kwek and the player of the game, Marquez Lecha. We'll get an opening statement from both assistant coach and player of the game, and then we'll open up for questions from the press. Coach Tien, first of all, congratulations on your first victory. What does it mean to you and the NS Matrix Tears to finally get a win here in BCL Asia East?
Because this year very tough for us because preparation not very long time because after our Malaysian league we only have a 1 month prepare, and then like you see the first 3 games, the home game we lose the 3 in a row, and then other 2 we lose again 5 in a row, and then this time we come here we hope we can get a 1 win, get it good for this end of the tournament. So very happy for we can win the games.
Thank you, Coach. Marquez, first of all, congratulations. 21 points, 9 rebounds. A great win for you guys to finally get that first victory here in BCL Asia East. The campaign hasn't quite gone for you the way as expected, but what do you think will be the overall goal for yourself and NS Matrix Tears moving forward?
Just for myself is continue to grow as a player, continue to be more consistent. This is a tough league, great players, a very physical league. So that was something, took a little adjusting to get to. And, like Coach said, I got there a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe before our first game. So, traveling 23 hours, trying to recover, get, time change and all that stuff was tough. So, just for me personally, just continue to be a professional. Everything's not going to go your way. And, this is one of those stretches where things didn't go our way, but every day we came to practice willing to get better and willing to work. So I think just for them, they're playing for something bigger. They're playing for their country. They want to get a medal in the SEA Games. So to be able to just, bring some life into them and, just try to just help however I can was amazing to me. So, it's just an honor to be here and be able to play for this team. And I'm just, thankful for the opportunity that they gave me.
Thank you, Marquez. I'd like to open up the questions for the press for both player and coach. Marquez, Coach Tien, thank you very much, and all the best. Hopefully see you next season.
Thank you.
Welcome everybody back to the post-game press conference now with head coach Evangelos Sepalis of Bishrelt Metal and player Byron Wesley. First of all, gentlemen, tough game tonight. We'll get an opening statement from both player and coach, and then we'll get questions from the press. Byron, unbelievable performance, 5 rebounds, 4 assists away from a triple-double. Not quite the result you wanted, but next 2 games, do or die. What's going to be the mindset going into these games?
I mean, obviously it's tough with us right now, you know, without 2 of our best players. So we're trying to just handle that, trying to stay together right now. For me personally, just trying to get better every day, you know, trying to help my team win.
Thank you, Byron. Coach, knowing your background, your experience, very passionate, of course, these are 2 do-or-die games. What is going to be the message from you to your players to really give that extra fight?
Nothing else. But the only thing is that we want to fun every game, to play together, to try to win the game, and this is the solution for us. We play all together, we try all together. Today it's very bad day for, first of all, for me and for the team. But as was said before, today it's another day.
Thank you, Coach. Byron, you had to play extensive minutes tonight, very tough, but even through that you prevailed. As I mentioned, the individual performance, there's no arguments, but you know, one thing I was very impressed with was your ability to facilitate. You know, is that going to be something you're going to have to look to do in the next 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, I think I could have even facilitated a little better tonight. Coach talked about this after the game. We got to share the ball. Passing is a big part of my game, so I can make the right play. Today, I think I shot a little too much. I could have passed a little more. So tomorrow, if the team is doubling me, if they deny me, I'm just going to look to pass to my teammates, trusting my guys. So,
thank you, Byron. Coach, obviously not having a natural center does make things very tough, but even so in the first 3 quarters, you guys did compete very well. Both of your centers did pick up 4 fouls early in the game. What was your message to them? Because they both did a relatively good job trying to prevent picking up that 5th foul.
Yes, our problem is because now we don't have more import. That means we must try to fight with the guys we have in the team. For me, it's excuse. Every time we don't have import guys, okay, we don't have, but we must try to all together to win the games. I don't care if we have 1 import, 2 imports, I don't care. I think this guy, if try all together, this is the solution to win the games.
Thank you, Coach. Byron, I think the big difference between the game today was the 3-point shooting. John Wesley Murray had a very good night from the perimeter. Marcus Lecce made some big shots. If you take away that difference, it's a very close competitive game. What is going to be the key thing for you guys to make sure you free up and get better high percentage looks from the perimeter in the next 2 games?
It starts on the defensive end for us. If we're able to get stops, we're able to push the ball in transition and get our rhythm, you know. If we're giving up a lot of easy baskets like today, it's tough to stay in the game, you know. We're a good team. We're confident in our shooters, you know, but it starts on the defensive end. So,
gentlemen, thank you very much. Oh, go on, Coach.
No, I don't have something. Wes has right. I think the only solution for us, first of all, to play defense. We start for this. And in the offense, we found some shoot, we found some situation, but for us, the most important to play defense.
Coach, thank you very much. Byron as well. All the best in your final 2 games.